Scour the cheat meal hashtag on Instagram and you'll see a number of things. Burgers, fries, pizza, all of my favorites. Fit looking people flexing in front of their food, of which I am certainly more than a little bit guilty of from time to time. But worst of all, it's this idea that you have to earn your food. Let's get this out of the way from the get-go. You do not have to earn the food that you eat. Yes, food has calories, and yes, it's easy to compare the calories in that food to the amount of exercise you might have to do in order to burn the equivalent amount of calories. That's just not how your metabolism works. Plus, you're not a dog, are you? You burn calories all day, every day, even when you're not exercising. In fact, you burn more calories through your resting metabolic rate than you do through all of your activity combined. So rather than thinking of food as something which has to be earned through exercise, think of your diet as a budget. You've got a goal. Some days you're on the money. Some days you're a little over. Others, maybe you're a little bit under. What happens with your body fat depends on whether you're in a surplus or a deficit over the course of that time. It's not as if bad food automatically gets stored as fat and then good food just gets stored up and sort of used as muscle. You can lose weight eating burgers, pizza, ice cream, you name it, and you could gain weight eating nothing but fish and asparagus if you tried hard enough. But remember, you don't have to earn your food. So now that we've got that out of the way, here's why cheat meals are ruining your progress. Let's say you want to lose weight. So you find me and you download the Shred Method, which is my free guide to help you drop 5 to 15 pounds in just 30 days. DM me the word shred, by the way, if you haven't picked up your copy already. You learn all about calories and how to set up a calorie deficit. You find that your maintenance is, say, 2,500 calories, and the appropriate daily calorie target for you now is 2,000 calories, which means you should be able to lose around a pound of fat a week. Awesome. Monday to Friday, you're full of motivation. 2,000 calories a day on the dot. Everything's moving great. Saturday rolls around. For some reason, everything we taught you has now gone out of the window, and you decided instead that today is a cheat day. After all, your diet is going so well, you deserve a cheat meal, right? Eggs Benny with maybe a triple cream latte for brunch. A few drinks in the afternoon and then burgers for dinner. 2 to be precise. Some large fries and also full sugar soda. Let's get an ice cream to wash all that down with and top it off with a bit of a nightcap. Congratulations, you've just undone the entire week of dieting. You literally haven't lost any fat at all this week. And what sucks the most is you were doing everything bang on. You used our guide, you tracked your calories all week, then you let it all go with a spout of uncontrolled eating over the weekend. Some people go even worse and restrict themselves to crazy low-calorie diets, then allow themselves to go crazy on one cheat meal or day every week. For these people, because they've been so restrictive throughout the week, it's almost impossible to have any sort of self-restraint when they've got that delicious high-calorie meal in front of them. This study by Cooper and colleagues suggested this binge-restrict cycle might perpetuate more negative thought loops too, like using eating to feel better and feeling an overall lack of control over your eating habits. So what do we do instead? For those of us who have a genuine eating disorder, we should be consulting a therapist ahead of a nutritionist. For those of us who simply want to find a way to still eat the foods they love whilst losing fat, that's where what we call macrocycling comes into play. Macrocycling refers to the idea of eating a little less on certain days to create much more flexibility on the days we need it or the days that we want it. This is how some of our clients can lose fat while still having 6 beers with their mates on a Friday afternoon. Plus, there's research to back this up. This is a form of Plantingonic deviation and has proven successful in studies that dieters who use this approach felt more motivation, better self-regulation, and self-efficacy in their diet. The difference between a calculated approach using macrocycling and an outright cheat meal is both physiological and psychological. Physiologically, you're still in control of your total calorie intake using a macrocycling approach. If you're having a cheat meal, you've literally got no control. Psychologically, that lack of control can lead you to feeling as if you've screwed up on your diet because you've been so restricted all week. Then feeling guilty for the cheat and either quitting altogether, thinking you're simply not cut out for this whole dieting experience and you have no control over your body composition, or deciding to restrict yourself even harder to make up for the mistake. The mere idea of cheating simply isn't compatible with your goals. Think about it like this. Would you spend weeks saving up money for a holiday only to go and completely blow it all at the casino? If you'd had a friend who just got out of rehab for heroin addiction, would you reward them for successfully getting through rehab with some heroin? It's the same thing as rewarding your overly restrictive diet with a cheat meal on the weekend. If you want a copy of our macrocycling manual so you too can implement this yourself and take back control of your diet while still eating all of the foods that you love, simply comment the word macro down below and I'll send it right over to you.